Okay. In this session, we are going to discussing about digestion and absorptions, right? Especially in human beings, how digestions are happen, right? Okay. Now, what do you mean by digestion? Digestion. Try to remember the complex macromolecule of the food materials are converted into simple absorbable form. What we call it as a digestion. Yes. Try to remember the complex macromolecule. Complex macromolecule are converted into simple absorbable form. What we call it as a digestion, right? Digestion. Fine, right? The digestion was achieved with the help of digestive system, right? Try to remember. Now listen. Now listen. We are eating food material, right? We are eating foods. We are eating foods. What is the purpose of it? Yes, foods are going to give energy, right? And one more thing. Yes, foods are going to give energy. And one more thing, repair body tissues also. Body tissues also. And one more point. Food contains more amount of organic matter responsible for growth and development. Growth and development. Right? Try to remember. Right? Foods are responsible to give energy and repair body tissues also. And the same way going to give organic matter. That organic matters are responsible for our growth and development. Similar way, water we are drinking. What is the purpose of water? Yes, it is mainly involved in our metabolic process. For an example, we are drinking more amount of water, right? Why? Because certain metabolic activities are happens inside our body, right? That activities are responsible with the help of water. Try to remember. Right? Apart from that, it is going to prevent dehydration also. Dehydration, and one more thing, metabolic process. Metabolic process. Fine, try to remember. Okay. See, this food contains two components, right? One is major component. Major components, right? You can consider carbohydrates, proteins, right? Another one is fats. Clear? Then second one, minor components. Minor components. You can consider especially vitamins. Another one is minerals. Right? Okay. Now listen. Now listen. For an example, major component, you can take carbohydrate. Carbohydrates, and one more thing, what? Proteins. Then fats also, right? Actually, these are the major components present in the food material. With the help of that particular components only, we are going to get energy. Fine. Now listen. These carbohydrates are in a complex form. All the carbohydrates and proteins and fats, whatever the carbohydrates, proteins and fats present in our food materials are in complex nature. Right? This complex structure not at all possible to utilize in our body in their original form. Yes, I repeat, this is one of the complex structure. This complex structure not at all possible to utilize in our body. Instead, it need to be converted into simpler form with the help of digestive system. That process what we call it as a digestion, right? Simpler form. Clear? That is the whole set of idea. I'll give you an example. For an example, polysaccharides. Right? These polysaccharides need to be converted into disaccharides with the help of some enzymes. Just you can remember some ideas. Enzymes. I'll tell you what you mean by enzymes or all those things, right? Then finally converted into monosaccharides, what we call it as a glucose. Right? This glucose, right? Actually it is present in our cells, all the cells, right? After attaining cellular respiration. We are getting energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Yes, I repeat, for an example, polysaccharides, it is one of the carbohydrate. Right? After enzymatic activities, it is converted into disaccharides, then finally converted into glucose, right? This glucose are present in the cells. Then after cellular respirations, we are going to get energy in the form of ATP. Just you can remember. Clear? Yes. No. Now I want to give you what are the process to achieve digestion. One is injection, digestion, then absorption, assimilation, then ejection. Then what are the parts responsible for digestion? Yes, mouth leads to buccal cavity, then buccal cavity leads to esophagus, then small intestine, then finally large intestine. Right? Now we want to discuss mouth part and buccal cavity, esophagus, small intestine and large intestine. Before that, what do you mean by injections? For an example, we are taking food material, right? After food materials are entering in our body, it is going to be digested with the help of parts present in our body. Then finally the digested materials are absorbed. Then it is formed as an energy form, they call it as assimilation. Then finally undigested foods are going to be ejected. That is the whole set of idea comes under for digestion and absorption. Now I want to start with mouth. See, this mouth consists of two parts. They call it as a oral cavity, right? This consists of two parts only. One is tongue, right? Then second one is teeth. Right? Now I want to discuss tongue, right? It is a muscular organ. Right? Upper surface of the tongue has papillae, right? This papillae bear taste buds. See, I'm going to give some important points, right? This whole sessions we are going to discussing about important points related to digestion and absorption, right? This, it is one of the muscular organ. It is movable one, right? This muscular organs bears papillae, where it is located upper surface of the tongue, especially. Clear? And one more thing, what is the purpose of papillae? It bears taste buds, right? Again, it is going to sense taste. Yes? Okay. Now, try to remember. I want to give you some definitions, right? Okay. Gland. What do you mean by gland? Gland means it is a group of cells. Gland means it is a group of cells responsible to secrete chemical substance. Responsible to secrete chemical substance, right? That chemical substance might be enzymes or hormones. Clear? With respect to digestion, no role with respect to hormones, right? Here, major role with respect to enzymes only, right? Now, I want to give you small definitions regarding enzymes. Enzymes. Again, what do you mean by enzymes? It is a protein component. It is a protein component responsible for biocatalyst. Again, it works as a biocatalyst. Again, what do you mean by biocatalyst? What do you mean by catalyst? For an example, certain reactions are happening inside our body or not, that reactions was induced, or that rate of reactions are going to be induced or increased with the help of enzymes, right? What do you mean by enzyme? Enzyme, it is one of the protein component, works as a biocatalyst, right? Which means what? Increase the rate of reaction. Increase the rate of reaction. And one more thing, I told you definition for gland also, right? The glands, again we can classify two part. One is exocrine gland. Another one is endocrine gland. Right? Now, what do you mean by exo? What do you mean by exo? Yes, outside that body. Outside the body. Certain glands are present in outside their body. Right? Crine means you always remember secretion. Right? Gland, as we discussed earlier, right? It is a group of cells responsible to secrete some chemical substances. That might be an enzyme or hormones, especially enzymes and hormones. Another one is endo. Endo means what? Inside the body, right? Endo means inside. Crine means again secretion. Gland means group of cells, right? Try to remember. Now, listen. With respect to tongue, right? One more terms I want to discuss. Frenulum. Yes, frenulum, it is one of the tissue. Right? What is the purpose of frenulum? It is going to protect movable organs present in our body. Yes, I repeat, frenulum, it is one of the tissue responsible to protect movable organs. Movable organs, especially in tongues. Right? And one more thing, especially for oral cavity, I want to discuss saliva. Salivary gland. See, this salivary gland we can classify major part, another one is minor part. Major part you can consider parotid gland, right? Parotid gland, then submandibular. Submandibular, then third one is sublingual gland. Sublinguals, right? Okay. Now, see this parotid gland, where it is located, all the glands are going to provide saliva. All the glands are going to provide saliva only. Clear? Okay. This parotid gland, where it is located? It is located in near to molar teeth. Near to molar teeth. I'll tell you what I mean by molar teeth, right? Just you can remember, right? It is the largest one. And one more point, it is the largest gland present in the salivary gland, right? It consists of three glands, right? Parotid, submandibular, another one is sublingual or not. With respect to all the three things, this parotid, it is the largest one. Largest one. Clear? Where it is located? Near to molar teeth. And one more thing, what is the purpose of it? It is going to give salivary amylase. Right? Salivary amylase, it is one of the enzyme, right? Try to remember. Salivary amylase. Yeah? And one more thing. Second one is what? Submandibular. This submandibular, where it is located? Below the tongue. Clear? What is the shape of submandibular? Yes, it is a almond shape. You can consider walnut shape. Actually, this one sublingual only, almond shape. Clear? Where it is located? Below the tongue. Okay. This sublingual, again, where it is located? Floors of the tongue. Again, what is the shape of the sublinguals? It is almond. These are the factual part, right? Okay. And one more thing. hundreds of minor glands also present. Hundreds of minor glands, minor salivary glands also present. Right? And how the salivary glands are going to be classified? Three parts. One is mucus, right? One is mucus. Another one is serous, right? Mucus, another one is serous also. Then third one is seromucus, mucus, right? This mucus are going to secrete one protein component, right? They call it as a mucin. Mucins are responsible for lubrication. Right? I repeat, this is one of the gland. Salivary glands, again we can classify mucus, serous, another one is seromucus. Right? Finally, this mucus are going to synthesize one protein component. They call it as a mucin. These mucins are responsible for lubrications. Right? Lubrications. It is going to make lubricant. Clear? And one more thing, serous. These serous are going to secrete alpha amylase. Alpha amylase. Actually, it is one of the enzyme. It is one of the enzyme. Clear? Right? This seromucus you can consider mixed one. Clear? Right? Now I want to discuss this alpha amylase. See, now listen. Carbohydrates, right? You can consider it as a polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, right? Actually, this polysaccharides not at all possible to utilize in our body in their original form. As a result, it need to be broken down and converted into simpler form. Disaccharides, then finally glucose, right? Disaccharides you can consider as a maltose, right? Again, maltose are made up of glucose and glucose plus glucose. Di means what? Two sort of glucose are present. They call it as a disaccharides. One of the example you can consider maltose, and one more example also you can consider like lactose. Lactose are made up of what? Glucose and galactose. Right? Again, it is one of the disaccharides. Right? Now, with the help of salivary amylase, right? Especially alpha amylase. Right? See, as we discussed earlier, what is the purpose of enzyme? Those enzymes are responsible to induce the rate of reactions, right? Which means what? Our role is this polysaccharides are converted into simpler form, right? Which means it is one of the monosaccharides. Monosaccharides. Clear? Glucose, they call it as a glucose, right? This one is disaccharides. Initially, these polysaccharides are converted into disaccharides in case of maltose. Again, this maltose are converted into glucose with the help of amylase. That is the overview. Here what happened? Chemical broken downs are happened, right? Chemical breakage are happened with respect to enzymatic activities, right? Try to remember. Which means what? Digestion starts in our mouth itself. Mouth itself. See, around 30% of carbohydrates are digested in mouth itself. Try to remember. % of carbohydrates are digested in mouth itself. Yes, and one more thing, composition of saliva. Composition of saliva, right? It consists of major part around water only, right? 99.5% it is made up of water, clear, and remaining 0.5% are made up of enzymes, electrolytes, clear, and antimicrobial substance. Substance, right? What do you mean by antimicrobial substance? Right, it is one of the substance responsible to kill the bacteria. So for example, we are eating food materials or not, that food might be present certain harmful bacteria or pathogenic bacteria, right? That pathogenic bacteria are killed with the help of antimicrobial substance, especially lysosomes. Try to remember lysosomes. Right? And one more thing, human beings, right? Per day the salivas are going to be secreted around 0.5 to 1.5 liters. Try to remember. These are the factual parts related to saliva. Yes, with respect to tongue, salivas are okay. Okay, now I want to start with teeth. This teeth we can classify it as a two part. One is primary teeth. Another one is secondary teeth. Right? This primary teeth, otherwise what we call it as a deciduous teeth or temporary teeth. Deciduous teeth or temporary teeth, right? The secondary teeth we can consider as a permanent teeth. Clear? And one more term with respect to teeth, dipyodont. Yes, what do you mean by dipyodont? See, di means two, right? Pyo means growth. Dont means teeth. Which means what? In their life cycles, especially human beings, in their life cycles, two set of teeth are grown, right? They call it as a dipyodont. Clear? Which means what? Primary teeth, another one is permanent teeth. And one more term also with respect to teeth. Thecodont. Thecodont. See, thecodont means tooth are attached in a sacket of jaw bones. For an example, single term, what we call it as a tooth, right? The tooth are attached in a sacket of jaw bones. They call it as a thecodont, right? Try to remember. Tooth are embedded or attached in a sacket of jawbone. They call it as a thecodont, right? Thecodont. Again, one more term also. Heterodont. See, hetero means different. Dont means again teeth. Which means what? Different set of teeth are present in our body. Especially human beings, you can consider different set of teeth are present in our body. They call it as a heterodont. What are the teeth? Again, we can classify it. Incisors, then canine, premolar, last one is molar. Which means what? 4 set of teeth are grown, right? They call it as a heterodont. Clear? Especially in human beings. Clear? Okay. Now some important points related to all the 4 teeth, right? Incisors. Where it is located? Especially in front of our mouth, right? Front. Incisors, right? What is the purpose of it? It is responsible for grinding. Clear? Actually, teeth are responsible to crush the food material and form it as a simple form. Which means what? That size reductions are happen with the help of teeth. We can consider as a mechanical reduction, right? Here not at all possible for any chemical reactions, right? Which means what? Mechanically it is going to be broken down, right? With the help of teeth. Okay. Incisors. Where it is located? In front one. Clear? And what is the purpose of it? It is for grinding. Clear? And one more thing, canine, right? It is a V-shaped one. Responsible for tearing. Clear? Responsible for tearing. And one more thing, premolar. Premolars are responsible for again grinding, right? These molar parts are responsible for chewing. This molar again we can classify it first set, second set, third set. Yes. See, incisors teeth, it is around 8 in numbers. Similar way, canines are present 4 in numbers. Right? Again, premolars are present, it is around 8 in numbers. Right? Again, molars are present, it is around 12 in numbers. Just you can remember. Actually, incisors are mainly involved for biting the food materials. Biting. Right? Then of course canine for tearing, premolars for grinding, then molars especially for chewing. Clear? Okay. Now I want to start with milk teeth. Milk teeth. Right? Milk teeth. See, these milk teeth are going to be grown around 6 months. 6 months onwards. 6th month onwards. 6 months onwards. Clear? And one more thing. This milk teeth we can consider as a 2-1-2. Just you can write 2-1-2. Clear? And one more thing. 2-1-2. Again 2-1-2. See, total milk teeth are going to be present. It is around 20 in numbers. Try to remember. Right now, listen. This areas you can consider as a upper jaw. Upper jaw, left hand side. Clear? Similar way. This part you can consider as a upper jaw, right hand side. Similar way. This part you can consider as a left hand side, lower jaw. Similar way, this part you can consider as a lower jaw, right hand side. Yes? Right? Just you can count. 2 plus 3, 5. Again, here also 5. Then down also 5, 5. Which means what? Total 20. Try to remember. Right? Upper jaw, another one is lower jaw. Especially milk teeth. Right? After 6 months, if your babies are going to attain, after 6 months, there's a chance to grow one set of teeth. They call it as a milk teeth. It is around 20. Right? 2-1-2 divided by 2-1-2. Try to remember. Just you can remember. Right? Upper jaw, another one is lower jaw. Again, left hand side, another one is right hand side. Yes? Right. Again, what are the teeth are going to be present with respect to milk teeth? Incisors, canine, right? With respect to milk teeth, not possible to present a premolar teeth. Instead, molar teeth alone going to be present. Yes, molar. Which means what? This one is incisors, this one is canine, this one is molar. Similar way, this part you can consider incisors, this part you can consider canine. Similar way, this part molar. Here also, this part you can consider incisors, canine and molar. Yes, similar way, lower jaw also. Incisors, canine and this one molar. Try to remember. Now I want to start permanent teeth. Permanent teeth, right? It is around 32 in numbers. It is around 32 in numbers. What are all the teeth are going to be present? Incisors, canine, premolar, then last one is molar, right? Try to remember. Now listen carefully. 2, 1, 2, 3. Similar way. 2, 1, 2, 3. Yes. 2, 1, 2, 3. Similar way. 2, 1, 2, 3. Now listen carefully. This part, this area you can consider as a upper jaw, clear, left hand side, right? Similarly, lower jaw, left hand side, and this part you can consider as a right hand part, upper jaw, right? Again here also, lower jaw, right hand part, yes, or right hand side, yes, right hand side. Now once you count 2 plus 2, 4, again 1 plus 3, 4, which means what? Here 8, left hand side also 8, similar way right hand side also 8, which means total 16. Here you can consider total, you can consider as a 16 in upper jaw, right? Similar way down also 16 in lower jaw, which means what? Total it is around 32. Yes, total it is around 32. Now important point with respect to molar teeth. Molar teeth. Molar teeth. Right? This molar teeth we can classify it as a 3 sets. One is first set. It is going to be grown around 6 to 8 years. 6 to 8 years. Right? These molar teeth are around 12 in numbers. Clear? First set total number it is around 4. Try to remember. Similar way second set. Right? It is going to be grown around 11 to 13 years. Right? Total number of second set of molar teeth, it is also around 4. Similar way third set, it is around 20 years. See, it is around 20 years. Clear? See, it is going to be start even 20 also or above 20 also. Clear? It might be 30 also possible or 35 also possible. But there is a chance to grow, it is around 20 years. Try to remember. And this third set of molar teeth also you can consider as a 4 in numbers. Total 12. Right? And one more thing. With respect to third set of teeth. Right? You can consider as a wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth, because these teeth are going to be present in our lifetime. After 20 years there is a chance to present in our mouth. We can consider as a wisdom teeth. I think mouth part over. Next part we are going to start which one? Esophagus.